Hey guys, it's Jack here from the Star Wars portal, and in today's video guys, we're going to be reviewing Star Wars Rebels Season 2 Finale, Twilight of the Apprentice. Just heads up guys, this video will contain spoilers for the episode, so if you have not seen it and you do not want to know what happens, I highly suggest clicking off the video right now. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's review. The finale was epic in so many ways, and I truly cannot contain my excitement for Season 3 of Rebels, as the finale left us wondering so many questions that are burning to be answered. The finale was emotional, it was intense, and there were so many twists and turns that I was constantly on the edge of my seat. I was actually very surprised though that there were some of the things I predicted in my video that I put up earlier this week were spot on, such as Maul killing the Inquisitors, Ezra, Kanan and Ahsoka getting split up, and Ahsoka's big sacrifice at the end. Darth Maul is such a great addition to Rebels, and Sam Witwer does a fantastic job voicing him, as he did in the Clone Wars series as well. It was fantastic to see how he manipulated Ezra into believing that he was weak and a feeble old man known as the Old Master, or in order to help him break into the Sith Temple to seal the Sith holocron. And even after he revealed himself to be the former Sith Lord apprentice Maul, he again manipulated Ezra, getting him to believe that he was on their side. Maul brought a lot of darkness into Rebels, as he straight up killed all 3 of the Inquisitors in a matter of minutes, showing that maybe Rebels isn't quite as kid friendly as people make it out to be. It also shows how powerful Maul has become ever since we last saw him, as nor Kanan, Ezra or Ahsoka were able to kill or defeat any of the Inquisitors prior to meeting him. Shortly after killing the Inquisitors, Maul backstabs Kanan and Ahsoka, striking his lightsaber in Kanan's eyes and thus blinding him. Whether this is permanent or temporary, Kanan's loss of sight indicates a huge shift in Kanan's arc, as we will now have to see him rely on his other senses to function. I would like to see if Kanan seeks vengeance for what Maul has taken away from him, and if so, it could work out like Maul and Obi-Wan's rivalry in the Clone Wars, because that would be just awesome. This episode handled Ezra's dancing with the dark side rather well, after Maul opened a new perspective to him that one must study and practice in the arts of their enemies in order to defeat them. I now believe that if Ezra is to fall to the dark side, he will definitely not become Maul's apprentice, nor Vader's. It seems to me he will experiment with the dark side so that he can get his revenge on Maul for blinding Kanan, and possibly Vader too for what he has done to Ahsoka. Speaking of Ahsoka, the final fight at the end between Vader and Ahsoka was extremely powerful and moving. It was also extremely satisfying for fans of the Clone Wars that have waited for this moment for nearly 8 years now. The fight was epic, and it really showed how much Ahsoka has grown in power since we last saw her, when she left the Jedi Order in the Clone Wars. The emotional climax of the episode though was when Ahsoka cut off a bit of Vader's mask, and she could see his face all deformed, with his eyes glowing yellow, showing that he had been completely engulfed in the dark side. The mix of Matt Lanter and James Earl Jones' voice at the same time when he spoke worked amazingly, and then at the end, when the Sith Temple exploded, when Ahsoka and Anakin, well, Vader, were in mid-fight. Is Ahsoka dead? Is she alive? In the ending of the episode, we get to see an Ahsoka-like figure walking back into the temple. But is that her alive, or is it her Force ghost? I guess we'll have to find out next season. Talking about the end of the episode, the music playing was extremely powerful, and Kevin Kleiner did a fantastic job. as we saw the aftermath of the episode. Vader limping out of the temple, extremely wounded. Maul flying away from Malachor in a stolen TIE fighter. Ahsoka or her Force Ghost re-entering the temple. And the rebels dealing with what had just happened, with Ezra experimenting with the Sith holocron. Overall guys, this was my favourite episode of Rebels so far by a million miles. I hope Season 3 continues to be as good as this in every single episode. Do you agree with my review? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe with those Force powers of yours, and I will see you all next time. May the Force be with you always.